Pro fam, thank you for tuning back into the channel. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Each and every subscription helps. Hit that button. Cheap Not Broke fam, welcome back. It's Monday. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. It is Cheap Not Broke Live. You know what it is. I am your host, Malcolm Hall. And you know what it's about. We about saving that money over here. If you haven't, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're almost at 1,400. I need about 20 more people. I need about 19,000 more people to get to where I want to be. But I'll take those people to help me get to 1,400. Each and every like subscription is appreciated. All right, what are we talking about tonight? Well, reverse mortgage. I don't know if you it's a way for the bank to take their money and take their home. It's scandalous. It's nasty. It's scandalous. But we're going to get into that tonight. We're going to get into all that tonight. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. Reverse mortgage. Why do I want to talk about this? Well, I got a couple friends, a couple people I know have dealt with this, like grandparents or family members who've had a reverse mortgage. And when they went to go get the house was damn near already sold. Didn't even know about it. And, you know, lack of communication, the whole house gets sold. Bam, their family can't get the money back because you got to pay the money on the loan. They might have got this mortgage 10 years ago. Interest built up so high. It's not even worth trying to keep the house. It's like, you know, it might as well let it go. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Reverse mortgages. What is it? Definition of it. What is a reverse mortgage? What is a reverse mortgage in the first place? Well, you know what I got. You know, back in the day, you used to have a whole encyclopedia. Look this up in the book. Thank God for AI and everything has changed. A reverse mortgage is a loan that allows homeowners to borrow against equity in their home. Unlike traditional mortgages, borrowers don't have to make monthly payments. So we're going to give you some money. You don't have to pay on it. Okay. Key feature. The loan balance increases over time because interest and fees are added into the loan. The loan is repaid when the borrower sells the house, moves out, or passes away. All right. Now, in order to get a reverse mortgage is a financial product that is designed for homeowners age 62 or older, allowing them to convert a part of their home equity into cash without selling their home or making monthly mortgage payments. This can be a helpful option for seniors who are looking for a supplemental income, retirement income, but also covers the risk and the important considerations. And which also comes with risk and important considerations. Here's everything you need to know. So, what is it? Basically, what they do is they wait for people who have homes. Because listen, one of the most valuable things you can have if you pay it off is a house. So they wait till some of these people get elderly. You know, they don't, retirement might not be enough. Social Security not be enough. Didn't save enough for retirement. Don't have that nice little nest egg. And you're getting hard up for cash. Because, you know, people, listen here. When they talk about retirement, they don't talk about having money for medication. You got to go to the doctor. Some people have issues that arise when you get older. You didn't save for all that. You saved to make sure you had the house paid off, car paid off, all this other stuff. But you might have some other stuff that arise that you just don't know about. And you get hard up for cash. Well, that's when the bank comes over there like, oh, sneaky nasty person. I can help you, but I'm going to have to take everything. That's basically what the bank does. Because think about it. You might get, your house might be worth $200,000, $300,000, $500,000. You might get the equity out of your house, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000. Okay, you get the equity out the house. You're 62. You live to be 75. You get that 100K. Cool. You live to be 75. Now, over time, that 100K is going to keep building up because, like they said, the interest and the fees, they keep stacking. They keep stacking. They keep stacking. And you're not making a mortgage payment. And what are you doing? What is this person doing? Spending the money. The 100K is going down. So by the time, you know, they pass away, all the money has been spent. Now The bank comes to collect. Now the loan, which was really originally 100K, might be 210 because it's been what, 62, 75, almost 12 years, 13 years. So that time has passed. The loan has grown up. Now your family find out about it. Oh, Aunt such and such, Uncle such and such has a house. Oh, let's go get it. Uncle such and such then put the house in the estate. Now it's in probate. Not on that, he had a reverse mortgage, and the home is now being sold. My mother lost her house to a reverse mortgage. Yes. Yep. Sure did. That's true. Yep. That's my dad. My grandma. We had a grandma. My grandma had a house down in South Florida and lost the house to a reverse mortgage because you need the money. I mean, you need the money. I think about it, when you get to 62 years old, where are you going to go work at? Where are you about to get? You're done. You're done working. But how you going to plan for the next 25, 30 years? You don't know what's going to happen. You might get hard up for money. You don't have nothing really valuable to sell. Your pension, you can't do nothing with that because the money coming in is not enough. Social Security is not enough. What's the first thing you got to turn to? Something you sell. Can't sell your house. You sell your house, you don't have nowhere to stay. Then you're going back to paying rent. That's stupid. You're not going to do that. So you get the reverse mortgage, you get the cash so you can live off of it. And then you think about, when you think about it, hey, well, when I pass away, this person, it goes back to the bank. But then if you don't communicate with your relatives, your family members, they can't get the house and keep making the money. That's where your problem come in. If you don't talk, you don't have no communication about something. Hey, listen, I'm a little hard. Such and such is a hard up for cash. She's not going to tell you that though. She would never tell you that. Oh, Aunt such is always giving us money. Such and such is really hard up for cash. But she's not going to say that because it's taboo. Sex and money, you don't talk about those things. Those things, we don't talk about that. So she don't tell you what's going on. She kind of looks up options. Hey, the bank sends her a letter. Hey, you got some equity in the house. You can get $100,000 out. Well, you know what? I can probably make it the rest of my years off $100,000. I'm not doing much, but if something happened, I got the money. Cool. But like I said, the interest of the loan, I don't know what the interest. Let me see how much the interest of the loan of a reverse mortgage is. What is the interest of a reverse mortgage? What is the? Because that's going to be the kicker. What is the interest of a reverse mortgage? I've been spelling mortgage wrong all day. All damn day. I'm like, man, how you spell a damn reverse mortgage? What is the interest of a reverse mortgage? Because that's what's going to kill you. Because if the interest jump too damn high, then that's where you're going to lose all your money. I suck at spelling. Spelling is not my thing. So let's see what the reverse mortgage is. It could be based on type of lender. Let's see. So it ain't giving me no interest rate. See, it could be fixed rate. It could be a variable rate. It's calculated. How is it calculated? Unlike traditional mortgage where your monthly payments are made, interest on a reverse mortgage is added to the loan balance over time. So you don't make monthly payments. It just grows and grows. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is a person who needs money, so they can't pay it back. Think about it. If you get a reverse mortgage, you need money. How you going to pay it back? You don't plan to. You basically just giving away the house. You're giving away the house. Now your family get an opportunity to get the house, but if the loan's too big, you can't pay the mortgage off. It's gone. Bam. And the house could be, house might be worth $500,000, but the loan is $225,000, and you and the family like, we don't have a way to come up with $225,000. We can't come up with it. Now I know they give you a little bit of time to come up with the money, but if you can't come up with it fast enough, it's gone. House is gone. House might be in great shape. Great shape. Like, oh man, this is amazing. We can rent this thing out tomorrow. But if you didn't know about that reverse mortgage and they take the thing off, it's gone. And here's the thing: they're taking advantage of people. They're taking advantage of folks because you gotta be 62 or older. And when you get to that age, if you don't have the money, how you gonna go get the money? You're not going back to work. Nobody wants to work at that age. I see other people working that have to do it, but they may not have a house. Now think about it. If you don't have a house, you can't even do this. You're paying rent. Well, you don't have nothing. So if you have a house, you're kind of giving it away. Now you still got to keep up the property tax and insurance. That I do know that. I did read that. You do got to keep up the property tax and insurance on that thing. They're not letting that. They're not paying that. Let's see. Eligibility. You got to be 62 years older, must own and live in the home as a primary residence. You got to own it. It's got to be your house. You must have a significant home equity, at least 50% in many cases. And you're giving away your house for the equity. Lenders will assess your ability to keep up with property taxes, homeowners insurance, and maintenance. because they don't want, because it's something when when you pass away, they don't want to spend all this money to fix up the house. They just want to take the house, bam, probably cancel your loan. They're gonna get the money back because they're gonna resell it to somebody else. And that's how it works. How does reverse mortgage work? Loan amount. The amount you can borrow depends on your age, the home's value, current interest rates, and the type of reverse mortgage. Payout options. Borrowers can receive money in several ways. Lump sum, give you a whole bunch of money up front. Monthly payments, you don't want that. Either for a set period of time as long as you live in the home, or a line of credit, you pay interest on the loan as you borrow, or a combination of these options. But if you get monthly payments, if you have a hard month, then what? You're stuck. You don't have nowhere to go. You might as well get that money up front and manage it yourself. Or you can invest it. You can do a lot of stuff on there. You can do a lot of stuff. So you can do a lot of stuff on there. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with it. I mean, but it depends on your situation. Because some people, think about it now, why would a person go get a reverse mortgage in the first place? Why would you do it? Why would you do that? You worked your whole life, paid off your house, kept up the taxes on it. Everything is good. But cash, you still got to function. You still got to pay the bills. You still got, you got medical expenses. You still got stuff to pay for. And you can't go back to work. That's the problem. You can't go back to work. That's where the problem goes. You can't go back to work. You can't go back and get that money. That's the easiest way to get the money is get your house. The problem is if you have relatives that can rent the house out, that's where you start losing wealth. Because you get the house, you're renting out. Now we're in the real estate game. Boom. We didn't have to go do all that extra stuff. House got passed down to you. You rent it out. You're in the real estate game off the dribble. But if the house gets reverse mortgaged, it's gone. You got to come up with the money to pay the house off and then get started. That sucks. But like I said, how does all this start? It all start because you're not talking. You got to have a conversation. You got to talk about it. You got to talk to your family members and know what's going on. You don't know what they got going on. You don't know who's hard up for money. Because you think about it. Somebody could have took out a personal loan. There's other ways to get the cash besides taking out the equity of the house and losing the house. Could have got a personal loan, a line of credit, all kind of stuff. Who knows? Who knows? But it's a lot of things you can do besides doing that. My grandmother mentioned this recently. Yeah. And think about it, your grandmother mentioned it recently. You don't know what your grandmother's financial situation is. Shout out to YouTube user. You don't know what your grandmother's financial situation is. And think, the house can come to you. You could be making what, $12, $13, $14, $1,500 a month off the house. And the house, instead of the bank is going to do exactly what you're going to do. The bank is going to collect the mortgage. You can collect the rent. But hey, look, somebody got to get the house. Somebody get the money. And sometimes family might think you don't want nothing to do with it. Somebody might think, you know what? I don't want to be bothered. I don't want nobody to be bothered with all this when I'm gone. So I'm just going to go ahead and just let it go. That may not be the case, especially if you don't have a conversation. If you would have been happily willing to take over the property and do something with it, there you go. Because no one is really, there you go. Because no one is really looking after her house. Exactly. No one's looking after the house. So I'm thinking, they think, nobody's looking after the house. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. There you go. There it is. But you can also put it in your will. And I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because you can have an estate. You can have the estate run everything. You can have the estate rent the house out. It's a lot of options. But if you got a grandparent or somebody, aunts, uncles, or whoever's older now, they need cash. What are they supposed to do? What are the options? Okay, you got the reverse mortgage. I can get a lump sum of money. Cash take me a long time. Now, this is if this somebody who knows how to manage the money. Because you get some people out there who don't know how to manage the money, and they're gonna run through the money too fast, and then they're back to where they started. Because what if somebody don't know no better? They get out of reverse mortgage to pay off some debt. Crazy. You can't take out debt to pay off debt. You can't do that. Now, if you want to invest the money, that's a whole nother situation. But I'm thinking if somebody who's really savvy, they're not going to take out the equity in their home to invest it to make money. They would know better than that. So that don't make sense to me. I'm going to take out the equity of the house, invest it to make money on the back end. You could have been doing that if you known better. So that don't make no sense. So what do? If you got, you watching right now, like Dave said, YouTube user said, if you got somebody in your family, they don't want the house. What do you do? How do you do it? Do you talk about it? Can you afford it? Hold on. Can you even afford it? Because even if you don't talk about it, you're like, because if your finances aren't in place, you may not be able to afford the house either, and they gotta let it go. But it's worth having a conversation before they sign up for a reverse mortgage. You figure out, well, how can I get this money? How can I find out how can I find enough money to do this? Like YouTube user said, because no one's really looking after a house. We got a situation like my grandma's house. My grandma's house is sitting there and nobody's using it. What do you do? Now, if you're not into real estate, think about it. Now, if your grandma's house is in Alabama, you live in Texas, you live in Iowa, you live in Washington State, you got to get to the house. You got to get to the house, or you got to have some people there looking out for the house for you. So if you don't know no family there, you got to think about the expenses of getting to the state, dealing with the lawyers. You got to deal with some lawyers. You got to have money. This stuff costs money. So it's a lot to consider. It's not just, but this is how people make money, though. This is how people get wealthy, right? It's not just, all right, let me just, the house, everything's set up. I'm just going to collect the check. It's a little effort that goes into it. So you got to have your finances in order to figure out, can you take on the property and maintain it to get some money out of it? You don't want to take on a house and just be paying property taxes and be paying utilities in it. And you got some people in there, staying there, they're not renting it out, or some squatters come in there and tear the place up. So you got to figure some things out. But you got to figure this out long before your family member goes and gets the reverse mortgage, long before you get the house free and clear and you realize you don't have enough money to maintain it, or you got some siblings and some other families that's in a group and y'all can't agree on what to do with it. Some people might want to sell the property and just want the money. Some people might want to keep the property and rent it out. What do? You got to have a conversation. That's the only thing. What do? You got to talk to them about it. But listen, I'm telling you right now, that's not a conversation that's easy to have. Hey, grandma, how's everything? How's your money? Everything's okay. Some people are really prideful. They're not going to tell you they hard up for money. They're not. You can go get the reverse mortgage right now. Go get that money. Got $100,000 sitting in the account. I'm good. And then what if they're feeling really generous? Start buying people stuff and don't take care of everything. You don't know how long you're going to live. Like I said, you're eligible at 62. You make it to 80. That's a long time. That's a long time to be making money. I mean, to be, live off of that amount of money, and you can't go back to work. And look at the millennials. Hey, listen, y'all, we're not getting no pensions. Ain't no pensions for the millennials. If you're not investing, we're in a bad situation. Now, if you work for the state or you work for the government, you might get a pension. But anybody else working for private companies, no pension for you. No pension for me. YouTube's gonna be my pension. YouTube's got to be my pension. Stand-up comedy's my pension. I got a lot of other things. Now I'm invested now. Believe that. Oh yes, I got money invested for sure. But I'm not getting, no job is going to continue to pay me. That's why I'm so heavy on content. Do the content, shoot the content, because the video on YouTube, it can pay me 10 years from now. It can do 1 million views. It can still get all these videos I'm doing. They can go out, bam, makes me some money. And that's my new pension plan. But I can't depend on YouTube, because what happens is YouTube not guaranteed to be here. So then you got Patreon, you got your website, you got all these different things out here you got to have that make some, to lean on to make money. But bottom line is this: if you're not having a conversation with your family about what y'all going to do with assets and money, somebody else going to take it from you, man. Somebody else, the state will take it from you. You got people out here who go get these properties. When the property tax falls behind, they go pay it, catch it up, and they can take claim of the property. There's all kind of laws, and it depends on what kind of state you're in. And if you're going to rent out a tenant, you're going to have a tenant in there. You got to learn how to deal with that. I haven't experienced that. You got a house. All right, we're going to get a tenant in here. You got to mess around. Tenant quit, not paying rent. You got to pay the rent. Now that becomes a burden on you financially. You got to figure all that out. It's a lot. I'm going to retire overseas, away from this ratchet called United States. I'm not mad at you, JoJo. I'm not mad at you. It's a lot cheaper overseas. Hey, it's on the table for me too. Retire overseas and get up out of here. But what y'all think about that? What you think about the reverse mortgage? I mean, would you, if somebody just gave you a house, are you going to sell the house, or are you going to rent the house out and continue to keep making money from it long term? Because if you sell the house, okay, great. What you going to do with that money? Bottom line is, some money is going to come in from that house, whether you sell it or you rent it out and get the rent. What you gonna do with the money? Because you're gonna be up for retirement at some point. And you don't have to wait till you get 62. You can be up for retirement at 42. If you get a house, rent it out, that could be your supplemental income. But you got to learn the real estate game. You got to understand, talk to your family member and find out, hey, what you gonna do with are you hard up for cash? That's another thing. If you got a family member that's hard, needing money, how do we get them the money? How much do they need? And if we are going to do this, what's going to happen with the house? It's a lot. And that stuff's not easy to talk about. It's not easy talking about losing somebody. But damn it, it's not easy trying to figure out how to get a house out of probate and try to figure out who's going to stake claim to the house. That's not easy either. Ain't nothing easy about it. Ain't nothing easy about it at all. But listen, this is how you build wealth. Cheap, not broke, baby. This is how we build wealth. This is how we get that money. Figuring out if you got a car, somebody leave you an expensive exotic car. Do you sell the car? Do you maintain the car and let it keep going in value? Because you may not be a car expert. You might sell that car for $40,000. Car's worth $85,000. You just know who to sell it to. And you sold it to the wrong person. You sold that car for $40,000. That man just went around and sold that car for $120,000 because he knew more about cars than you. There's a lot of stuff out here, man. A lot of stuff out here. People, as time goes on, there's more stuff to pass down. There's more people giving money to their family members. What you gonna do with it? You out here working your ass off at work. Somebody got a whole house for you coming your way. But if you don't know nothing about the reverse mortgage, you don't know anything about their situation, helping them be financially afloat, then you can't do nothing for them. You can't do nothing for them. All right, cost involved. What's involved with the reverse mortgage? Interest and fees. Borrowers don't make any monthly payments. Interest and fees such as origination fees, servicing fees, bunch of bullshit. And mortgage interest premiums are added to the balance. So the service fees are just crap. Those are junk fees. Mortgage interest premiums, HECMs, I'm not sure what that is, require upfront annual mortgage interest premiums to protect the lender if the loan balance exceeds the value of the home. So they're protecting you. So if you keep living there and the house is what, $300,000 and loan balance gets to $5,000, they got a problem with that. Closing costs are similar to traditional mortgage fees and may include appraisal, title insurance, and other settlement charges. Advantages of reverse mortgages: none, no monthly payments, not good. Remain in your home, you need that, and no recourse loan. Your heirs won't owe any on the loan or the home's value when there's loan. And that makes sense because, when something happens, nobody in your family is going to be responsible. That's why a person will take the money because they get the cash up front. The house just goes away. They're no longer here. It's not your problem. Now, if we're thinking about building wealth and we're thinking about legacy and money, that's a terrible thing to do. Terrible thing. So it works out on both ends. It works for the person. They don't have to worry about them making money, getting any money. They don't have to worry about the family dealing with this house and having any problem. Backside of it, they don't have any money. They're hurting while they're here. You lose the home. Y'all don't get to build no wealth over time. It works out two ways. It works two ways. I want to live overseas because I think life is better. Yes, life is absolutely better, and it's cheaper overseas. Life is cheaper overseas, way cheaper overseas. 100% cheaper overseas, for sure. For sure. All right, everybody. That's what we got on reverse mortgages. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Do your research on this stuff, man. Like I say, have a conversation with your family, with your elder family members, parents, aunts, uncles, whoever. Find out what's going on with them financially. If there's a house or a property that you think you want to, hey, listen, this is how people get rich out here on the real estate game. That's all I'm saying. They get rich and wealthy with these houses. That's what they're doing. Let's not miss the boat because we don't have a conversation, which is free. It's free to have a conversation. All right. That's what we got there. All right, everybody. So I was out at Cyclovia yesterday. LA, the event where they get to ride the bikes and do all that cool stuff. I was out there doing that. We're going to take a look at that real quick, and then we're going to get on to some interesting news. Check it out. We're back. Another Cyclovia adventure. I told you they're doing it, baby. They shut the city down for you, boy. There I go. All right, it's time for interesting news. But before we get into that, it's also important to talk to your other family members because a lot of people don't get along when it comes to this money. When it comes to family, that's why it's hard because a lot of people don't get along and somebody don't want to be a burden. They're like, you know what? I don't want everybody to fight over this house when I'm gone. Let me just go and get rid of it. Hey, I got set up like a meeting, have like a monthly meeting with your family. Discuss what y'all got going on. I'm trying to do it with mine. I'm trying to get everybody on a Zoom call. I got a lot going on. But I got it with my friends. We have a power circle. Every Tuesday, me and my homeboys, all my friends from college, we talk, discuss what's going on. That's how we catch up. Everybody can do it with the same thing with your family. Look, the technology's there. You get everybody on a Zoom call and just have a conversation about what's going on, who has going on, what's going on with who, when, what, and where. Even with your younger family members. You got some family members going to college. Who's going to college? Who's going to who, what, where? You might have some resources in that city. But if I don't know where you're going to school, I don't know what's going on, I can't help you. So it's important to stay close-knit with your family, have conversations with them, talk to them, figure out what's going on so y'all can better serve each other because wealth starts within the family. It starts all within y'all. All right. Here we go. Story. New York restaurateurs face a big new challenge. Gen Z doesn't know what happy hour is. Damn fool. The pandemic didn't just change how New Yorkers work. It also completely ended up how they dine and drink and put a serious dent in the idea of happy hour. People who used to work from 9 to 5 were your happy hour at 5:01 on your workday. We're at happy hour at 5:01 when the workday ended. Eugene Rim, a co-founder of Catch Hospitality Group. My teeth are dry. But now, no, it is beginning of no work, and there is no end to no work. So, I think happy hour is 95% or 20-somethings that used to do that on a regular basis. They now would look at you and say, "Hey, Boomer, I don't know what happy hour is." I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Now, not only New Yorkers working around the clock, but Todd Lincoln, garbage. I'm not reading all that. I don't believe that. That's not true. Listen, everybody know what happy hour is. They advertise it all the time. You don't have to go to work to know, between 5 and 9, I can save money. Listen, I go to happy hour. I go get sushi on happy hour all the time. I'm not buying full price sushi. I don't do that. I get happy hour sushi, okay? I'm not paying $17, $18 for a roll. You're going to get 12 out of me at most. That's it. It's got to be never 15. $12 for a roll. That's all you're getting out of me. All right. And then the happy hours are 50% off. I go to happy hour all the time. All right. So if you don't know what happy hour is, you don't like saving money. They advertise it all the time. Now you got to go looking for that. But I didn't figure out happy hour because I went to work. I figured out happy hour because I like to save money. So this whole, happy hour, Gen Z don't know what happy hour is. Yes, the hell they do. They know what happy hour is. Everybody know what happy hour is because everybody trying to save some money. So that's not true. Not true. Next story. So this story is interesting to me. I'm gonna do a whole show on it, but we're just going to get familiar with the topic. So I don't know if everybody's familiar with the NIL. What the NIL is, the NIL is, the new way the college students are getting paid. Let me turn this damn music down. It's getting on my nerves. It's the new way college students are getting paid. Like they're getting, like right now, college athletes between transferring schools, they're getting paid, from these advertising companies. They're getting paid from a lot of different places. Even the schools are paying them. Well, there's this company. It's sponsored by Kendrick Perkins. Where the hell is the damn article? Come on. Where's the article? Oh, yeah, here it is. Here we go. Right here. There's this article that is basically asking. It's called the company is called Nilly, and basically is offering college athletes upfront payment for future earnings. Okay, predatory, very very predatory. Sounded kind of like the reverse mortgage. I don't like it. So what happens is this. Let's say a kid's coming out. He's not a superstar recruit. Some of these kids getting $12 million. Not 12 million. They're getting like $1 million, 700,000. They're getting a lot of money. Well, you may not be a big time recruit. You might be coming out of college and things haven't picked up for you yet. All right. Now, family is at home hurting. They need some money. You need some money. This company nearly will offer you upfront payment for future earnings. So basically, they'll give you $50,000. Let me go exactly to it. They'll give you $50,000 for a cut of your future earnings. So here we go. Nearly obtain a copy of Nearly contract lays out $50,000 payment for a high school senior in exchange for exclusive rights to sell his name, image, and likeness for 7 years. In the contract, Nearly's and investors receive 25% of the cut of the player's NIL earnings. So you're getting $50,000, but you don't know how much your future earnings are going to be. So example, you might get $50,000 from them. You might make $1 million in college. You got to give them 25% of that. And you have to give them 25% or 125,000, whichever comes first. And they get a 50% of that. So what you're basically saying, you're gambling on 50. It's kind of like the reverse mortgage, man. You're giving up, you're taking money up front, money for what you're going to know is going to be on the back end. You don't know how much the mortgage is going to be on the back end because you don't know how long you're going to live. These guys, they're getting money up front payment. They're getting money up front before they get their NIL deal, before they do anything, before they get the chip and dip commercial in college, the Gatorade commercial. So these cats might give them $50,000. Now they're getting future earnings. They might make $2 million. Now they're getting 25% of your $2 million. Terrible deal. But you were desperate for the money up front. You took that deal, kind of like rap, kind of like rap contract. You take that $1 million up front and you go off to make 20. They're going to keep getting cuts of that. They got your masters. So they're preying on people who don't know nothing about money and who don't have it. Now, some people say it's a good deal. A good deal to who? You're giving up money that you don't even know about up front. That's crazy. So you're a college kid. You're coming out of college. These people are talking to you. You see all this money being thrown around. They're going to offer you $100,000 by your sophomore. Now, let's talk about it on the back end. You said 7 years. You might mess around and go in the first round. First round, they get 25% of your future earnings. That's $25 million. They're getting 25% of that. And all they had to give you was $500,000 or $100,000 up front. That's not right. You're cheap. That's not right. It's not right. It's not right at all. That is a terrible deal. It is awful. This is a terrible deal for these kids. And who's teaching them about financial literacy? But you know what? They want the car. They want the clothes. They want to feel like they fit in. Because some of these kids are driving high-end cars in college. Now, look, you can invest that money for 4 years and come out on the back end, big money, and may not even have to work. Think about it. You get your $700,000. You put $300 up. 10%. By the time you're 30, 35, that money's drawing dividends for you. You can retire early off of money you made in college, and you were never no star in the pros if you're savvy with the money. But some people, they're going to have to, they got to, help out at home. So money got to go back home. Some people are going to try to buy the cars and live the lifestyle now. How many kids are going to have a financial advisor and invest the money and let it sit for the next 4 years until you get to the pros? And some people might have children. And look, the kids are going to become the cash cow. So they're going to try to get all the money from the kids. And there you go. There goes all the money, man. This is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Listen, mark my word. You're going to hear about this in the future because somebody's going to sue. Somebody's going to feel like they were taken advantage of because they don't know no better. You don't know no better. You don't know no better. And this is what they're going to do to the kids, man. Take all their money. Now, this is great that they're making the money. But as you know, there's snakes in the grass. And they're going to be out here trying to take the money. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Take the kid money before they even know what they got going. That's terrible. So there's that. And let's see. What's the next story? Next story. What did I have? Like that, Chicago. Hey. What was my other story? My stuff is all over the place. All over the place today. Nope. That ain't it. That ain't it. Was that? It was something else we had going on. But anyway, this is still a bad deal for the kids because you're 18, 19 years old. You need the money. It's going to turn out being like a student loan. It's going to be like a student loan because you didn't know any better when you got it, and now you owe all this money. Now you're in the pros. You got to pay all these people this money, and they barely gave you anything. They barely gave you anything up front. Now you're on the hook having to pay all this money. And this stuff. Oh yeah, Southwest revealed their new The new configuration of the airlines, as you know, Southwest will be ending open seating, I think, in January of 2025. So if you never tried it, try it. Try flying with Southwest because it's the end of an era. It's the end of an era. There will be no more open seating, and that's great. That's not bad. That's not a good deal, especially you need your parents to help you make good decisions with money. Yep, you do need you help your parents to make you good decisions with money. But that's if your parents are good with money, because some of these parents, they are desperate for these kids to make that money. They're like, we really need you to make this money. So some of these parents are going to put these kids in all kind of crazy situations to make the money, and it may not necessarily be what's best interest of the kid. Kid lose out. There you go. And now the kid's all young, ran through what, $700,000 really fast, didn't make it in the pros. And let's remember, this is professional sports. You can get hurt. You can get hurt. So it's a lot of stuff. Yep, it's too good to be true. Too good to be true. It ain't all either. Yep, it's too. I mean, cause think about it. These kids are making a lot of money now. Some of these kids are getting $700,000. Oh, shout out to Rob Terrell. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching, please hit the subscribe button, the like button. And it's terrible because some of these kids, they're not gonna know what's going on. You see how things are. You're blinded by the lights. You can live like you're in the pros in college. Now they don't give you all the money up front. I think they give you a monthly payout. They give you a monthly payout. But if you're getting $700,000 a year, how much is that a month? Imagine some of these kids getting $25,000, $30,000 a month. Parents can't tell them nothing. You don't have to listen to your parents now. You're an adult. This is my money. I do what I want to do. I mean, why you need the car? You're going to school. You're going to school. You're going to class. You don't need the car. You're playing ball. But, you can't tell them kids that you getting that kind of money. Now, I know my parents, nope, my parents wouldn't have, they would have been on my ass about that. I wasn't about to spend all that money. No, that wasn't going to happen. I would have came out on the up and up. But everybody doesn't have parents that's going to teach them and tell them about money. And you're going to spend it all. This is a good opportunity for kids this young to be making that kind of money. You put that money up, man, that's a good boost in life. And even if you don't go to the pros, like kids now, they don't go to the pros, it's over. Some of these kids don't make it to the pros. You still got all this money coming to you. You're still in good shape. You can still go out here and do great big things. So shout out to all these kids. Shout out to all the kids making all the money. I mean, but it's going to be the wild, wild west, making a lot of money, making lots of money, and nobody's really telling you what to do with. That's a lot of money to be making at that age. I mean, yes, you make it in the pros, but to make it in college, not be super famous, and you don't have the same demands on you as in the pros. You still got to go to school and all this. The pros is different. You're in the best of the best of the best. College, you're not, amateur. It's still amateur league. It's not the pros. They're getting paid like the pros, but it's still a non-pro league. So if you do have kids, nieces, and nephews, I encourage you, tell them to get financially literate. Read the book. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. There's a lot of books out there. A lot of books. One day I'll do a whole show on all the books I read about money. If you don't got kids or spouse, don't need to leave it to nobody. Yep, you don't have to leave it to nobody. You can leave it to your cat. You can leave it to your rooster. You can leave it to whoever the hell you want. Hey, because you can't take that money. You can't take that money with you. Hey, you'll be the first to take it with you, man. We ain't seen nobody take the money with them. You ain't got. Oh man, there's one comedian. Shout out to Billy Sorrell. He had that hilarious joke. He had this joke about, hey, so what happens if you get over there and find out we do need money? What happens if you die and find out, man, I do need my debit card. Things ain't free over here. You didn't bring it with you. I got to start all over from the bottom. That'd be hilarious. You find out and die, find out you do need the money. You couldn't take it with you. Hey, at least when you die, put your wallet in your back pocket. Put something in the back pocket because, hey, you never know. Put something on me. Put a little money in my pocket because, hey, just in case I get that, I got a few dollars. But that's wild. But like I said, hey, reverse mortgages. How do you prevent this? Have a conversation with your family member. Have a conversation with your loved one and find out where they are financially. What do they plan on doing with the asset? Are they going to give it up? Do they feel like they don't want to be a burden to anybody? They may not want to be a burden to anybody, so they just let it go. That's that's fine. But you may want to be, that could be a boost for you in life. That asset, that house can turn into your first property, to your fifth property. Now you're making a living off of that one house that somebody gave you. It's a real good opportunity to come up in the world if you know what to do with a house. A free house at that. Yeah, now it's not free. You got to pay the property taxes. It's going to be some fees involved. But if you can get that house free and clear from a family member, and you don't have to worry about it going into probate, you don't have to worry about it, a reverse mortgage, trying to pay off that huge debt, it could be an amazing opportunity for you. I encourage you, have those conversations. They're not always fun and comfortable, but necessary. Have a conversation, and figure out who's all involved, because it may not just be you. It might be a group of y'all, and everybody may not get along and agree. So you want to get to a point where everybody agrees. It got to be in the will too, because people may not have a will, may not have any instructions. What is it going to go when it get left behind? It goes straight to the state. Now you got to fight the state to get the property back. So figure all that out. Figure it all out. All right, everybody. That's been the show for tonight. Where am I at tonight? I got a show at 9:00. I'm at the Soho House. I'm somewhere. Damn it. Where am I at? Oh, no. I'm at the Soho House. I'm in West Hollywood tonight. Check me out. Check my Instagram out. Go to my stories. Go to Malcolm Hall. Right now, if you go to my stories right now on Instagram, you can see where my show is at tonight. I just got put on a storytelling show Thursday night. So I got shows all weekend. Every Saturday this month, I got shows. So if you want to come see me live, make sure you come out and see me live. Go to Malcolm Hall Comedy, Malcolm Hall Comedian on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube page. I need some subscribers on my YouTube page, and watch the content. Don't just subscribe. Watch the damn videos, please. I appreciate that. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab you some merch. Put your email in and subscribe to the email list. We got the newsletter going out right now. Currently, I'm on the Eat at Home 30-day challenge. I'm eating at home for 30 days. I'm sending out some recipes. I'm sending out everywhere where I'm doing all my stuff because, hey, it's not easy. It's not easy. But the easiest thing to do is figure out what you want to eat and find some stuff that's good to eat for you and tastes good. And it makes it all easy. I'm saving big bucks. I'm trying to save big bucks. Thank you. Good show, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. YouTube user, I always appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, but if you want to join the food challenge, please go to cheapnotbroke.com right now. Drop your email and wait for the newsletter. I'm sending out all the recipes that I'm eating for these next 30 days to save money. Because listen, people are eating themselves broke. And I'm not going to do that. I was eating out too much. I'm on a credit card fast. I'm not using my credit cards right now. And I'm not eating out. That's what Cheap Not Broke is about right now. So drop that email if you want to be a part of the email subscription list. And if you want to support, we always love to support. Please hit me at Cash App. Or hit that super chat. Drop $1 or $2. Drop $5 on the super chat. It's always appreciated. Everything is appreciated. It all goes back into the channel. New equipment, better shirts, all that stuff, and got discounts. How you like this shirt? What y'all think about this? Y'all got discounts? I'm thinking about bringing this one back. Got discounts. Because when you walk in somewhere, you got this on, got discounts. They be like, oh, he's looking for a discount. Well, we got this on sale. So let me know. Drop a comment right now. What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to bring this back? Got discounts? I'm thinking about bringing it back. Got discounts. Because we all need discounts. I'm thinking about bringing back discounts. What do I cook? I cook chicken and fish. I'm not cooking any beef. I'm not eating any sugary products right now. I'm not, I'm on a workout plan. I'm on a 12-week workout plan. I'm going to be a whole new man when it's all done. So right now I'm eating chicken and fish, eating a lot of fruit smoothies, all that stuff. So yeah, you love my shirt? Yeah, well, I'm going to do this. You know what? I'm going to get a couple of these made, and we'll do some trivia, and I'm going to give a couple of these out. Got discounts. So I like this shirt too. I'm going to bring it back. I've had it for a long time. I'm going to put it on the website. Got discounts. It's a great shirt sponsored by Cheap Not Broke. All right, everybody. I got to get ready for my show, but I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're back Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. We are going to do a whole nother show about the NIL deal and how they're treating the college kids and they're taking all their money. So we're going to do a whole show about that this week. Tune in for that. Probably going to talk some travel stuff this weekend, but tune in. We're back Wednesday and Thursday night. All right. Everybody have a good, safe night. Come check out a comedy show. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you go to Malcolm Hall Comedian and subscribe to my YouTube page. I'll see you next time. Take care.